You guys, I'll be with you shortly. Oh, alright. Sorry. Accidentally misclicked. I'll be right with you guys. I just need to set up some stuff. It will take me 5 minutes. The game hasn't started yet. Actually, the game closed up for me. What the hell just happened? Okay, be right back. Multiplayer. It's the semi-final for the lower bracket. It's the semi-final for the lower bracket, and the others is happening tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll be dealing with the finals of the main bracket, which is more important. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST. What? Boy. Having problems logging in to their game. Um. Oh man. So, yeah, I'm just trying to sort out some stuff. The stream is starting with a slight delay, as expected, from these tournament battles. I'll only be able to cover one of the fights today. not all 2 or 3 due to time restrictions. I'd rather be in bed early because I have a long day tomorrow. I'm looking in that, so people will feel free to join and have a discussion and have some fun there. Alright. Well, I asked for permission to watch all of them, lol. It's a good team, but I believe Greece Elite. They've already won against the Morituri multiplayer. What do you mean you asked permission to watch all of them? Carpio. I'll try to stream as much as possible, but at midnight I need to go to sleep. I'm not feeling that well. What? Okay, I was gonna say, what? My wife said I have to support the Linksy cause. Tell her to come watch as well. Who is in the other semis? So in the other semis there is in the lower brackets there's Vicious Noobs against Rising Kings, and then whoever wins that will go against whoever wins of this fight. And in the final it's Ghost Legion versus Carpa Venom, which is in itself an interesting fight. Okay. Oh. Wow, Jesus. My brain feels like it's been beaten up repeatedly. By multiple angry YouTube videos. Oh my god. Oh, sorry guys. Do my best, but tonight it seems it's gonna be a little slow. I'm gonna go check because there's so when you blow up, what Linksy minions is gonna be called? Holohaz Knights. Uh, if I blow up, you still be called Linksy minions. Are you in the server? Because I didn't see you joining. Server settings have been going a little bit all over the place. System messages, go to welcome. There you go. In the Discord. No, I know. It's still Linksy's minions. You will be forever known as the minions of Zelinksy. Yeah, actually, that's from Overlord. Like, that's what I was thinking when I came up with it. Originally, it was Linksy's OnlyFans, but that was a little... for obvious reasons, I couldn't do that. So... So I went with something a little bit more manageable. Knights of Apollo. Having the Knights of Linksy sounds good, but nope. Minions shall be minions. So currently the pick ban process has been happening. Unfortunately, there were some issues with the process due to I got booted out of the room twice. And there's still a player missing for the Greece Elite who hasn't yet logged in. But Seleucids were banned, Nabatea were banned, Egypt was picked, Tylus was picked for the defenders, and Carthage was picked for the attackers, and Arveni for the attackers. So that's good. And they're attacking Athens. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting indeed. Seems the final player has joined in. Okay, I'm just sharing this stuff as far as the eye can see, trying to get people to come and enjoy the show tonight. I need to organize my thingies because they are currently not very organized whatsoever. Okay. Oh my god. So Masasli was picked, Kush was picked, so it's gonna be Kush, For Marshall, Kilaru is going Tylus, Egypt is going for Madra, Deviantic D is Mosaisley, Greece Father, the Lord and Savior of our lands, is Carthage, and Archangel is the Arveni Barbarian. Okay, it seems it's about to start. Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm back, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start. Rematch. Pretty much, Thor. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Expecting a good battle. Should be. Si, senor. Say, one age of empires. Alright. We should be rolling in 5 minutes. Should be rolling. Good luck and God bless. This is gonna be interesting. One second. Oh, we already have a dislike on the video? Damn. Already pissed someone that much? Let's see. Those dislikes power me. They power my soul. Some people just like to hate. Let them hate. They're still watching, so. Still interaction. It doesn't really push my video down. So it's all good, man. It's all good. In the hood. Alright, we already got 30 playbacks, which is decent. And the game is starting. Fantastic. Do that, and it should work. Why isn't it not working? Okay, it's working. So, guys, who do you think has the upper edge from just the factions we have? I mean, we do have Carthage, Arveni, and Mosaisley as an attacking factions. They're absolutely fantastic. Norwegian light infantry, Celtic warriors, Iberian swords. You have chosen swords, and you have desert legions, desert cohort, oath sworn. You have all the tools you need. The other issue is then you have Shotel defending. You have Tellus with unbreakable tribal warriors, and you have, of course, the Egyptian peel of flexibility, which is absolutely fantastic. So we have that going for the defense. The missile superiority does go for the defense, and multiplayer 8 watching, 6 likes, 75%, 1 dislike, 12.5%, no reaction, 12.5%. On a side note, guys, feel free to join the Discord server. It is found here. Invite people, because I don't always do this, and I should do it more often. There you go. And if there's anyone who hasn't subscribed yet, this is the time to subscribe. And you know, I do this kind of thing every week, pretty much every day. So feel free to join in. Usually Saturdays is meant to be my day off, but hey, here, look at me. I'm here tonight as well, and we're already streamed today. So trying to get those numbers in, get the grind going, if you know what I mean. Okay, so 60 seconds to load in. That's probably hardware issues. More and more that this is happening, it's used to people having hard drives versus SSDs, and now even the NVMEs in SSDs just changing absolutely everything. Let's look at the armies of the attackers. I would say they're going to attack from this side because that's how the Grease elites like to do it. Tribal slingers, as expected. General, which is armored Numidian riders. Desert legionnaires, 3 desert cohort, no, 4 desert cohort, which is absolutely fantastic. Wait, 2 armored Numidian riders, slave infantry. Whoa, where did those units go? Okay, let's see. Desert legionnaires, slave infantry, no, light Numidian infantry. They're absolutely fantastic, such an incredibly good unit. The Viantic D over there. Over here we have 2 Scutari by the Greece Lord, Father and Savior of all the lands. Semite war. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh god, lag spike, boys. No breaks for the grandpa. Nope. Okay, back. Semite warriors, Gallic warriors, mercenary troops over here, and some Libyan infantry doing the work. Over here, Cretan archers, some Iberian swords, and it seems he's gotten the generic general. African pikeman unit and the generic general as well. For the Arveni, Gallic hunters doing work, Gallic Livy freemen, which are absolutely fantastic, Celtic warriors, and some Oathsworn. The rest of the army is already imagined on this side. More Celtic warriors, chosen swords, and that's it. So 1 Oathsworn leading the way. So why is this a great way to attack? For multiple reasons. 1, yes, there is this avenue for bombardment, which can happen, and that can provide quite a little bit of stress from the bombardment. But now keep in mind, you need to have a defensive line of towers. You can block that arrow tower completely. This arrow tower, 2 tortoises, it's neutralized, it's gone. And this gate, just getting a ballista over here, just kills anything and everything inside. For the strong. Wouldn't call myself strong, but I'd call myself persistent more than anything. Persistence is key in anything in life, at least that's how I see it. So yeah. So exactly what they're doing, it seems. They're sending tortoises, these 2 to go over there. These 2 will probably come around this side and break into that side. These desert legionnaires will be absolutely incredibly good to take that tower out and to take out that ballista. Now, since they do have Gallic hunters, I would like to see a couple of siege towers placed there just to snipe that, and maybe even a siege tower placed here to snipe that. It would be very safe to assume that that is going to be packed, this one, and then this one as well, so you could also put a siege tower to just block that off, and they have suffered from this in the past, so it might happen again. Numidian Lights has shock ability, right? They have deployed them somewhere else. That is true, but they do not have, they did not bring any Numidian Light infantry, which is very confusing. They went for an incredibly heavy force. Now let's see the defense, what they brought to the party. They have some tribal slingers up there on the wall, and they're putting them up so to block any of those missile fires, which would be exactly what I was talking about, putting them over there. They have Celtic warriors at the gate, Levitorial spears. We were speaking about that missile superiority. A lot of Levitorial spears. Madrat is a person you need to be very scared of. Carry an axeman over there. Numidian bowmen, Cretan archers. So very missile heavy focused army, light infantry, and then Numidian bowmen for Marshal as Kush, which again is not ideal. You'd want something with a little bit more oomph, and they do have Kushite archers and Royal Kushite archers, which are absolutely fantastic. So the Kushite slave infantry will be an amazing frontline unit, but again I wouldn't hold there. I would rather just hold lines like that, and that to avoid any missile fire. They do have armored district cavalry and the Ptolemaic cav, so this is going to be a sally out, and this is great because still here it's pretty much invisible. No, they have this line of sight because of the general over there, which is good for the Greece boys. And you know, tribal warriors, I imagine there's still a number of most of the army is still being deployed. So Kushite slaves, Shotel warriors back here, some Torok swordsmen left for Egypt, and a lot of Shotel left there. Now, the one thing they have to notice is that today their fight is going to be very different from yesterday, as today they are fighting the Greece elites. The Greece elites are very well known for really aggressive frontal pushes that they do, and they can do a ridiculous volume of damage really quick. Now this siege tower, I would put 2 or 3 there because that would help immensely with cleaning up this entire line with Celtic slingers. If attackers force Kush to defend against most of the Arveni units, attackers might pull this off. Probably quite so, but it seems that the Desert Legionnaires are moving over there. They could again be switching this round. I don't know why they kept all the siege towers here. It would have been ideal to just deploy them very close to the walls and just leave them there, since they have forward deployment. That is perhaps a problem that will form later on. Greece deploying his troops in a really nice formation over there. Okay, they are taking off their units and they're slow. Okay, they're slowly placing the equipment where it's needed. Now this artillery is a really big pain in the ass to use, but it could get really good kills in that box over there or over here, and this is why you need to be able to fall back and just defend this part, because archers can be placed here, shooting into there, shooting in from there, and this would, like, if you could see, this is fantastic. This is a kill zone of the uttermost degree, and same here, this can become a kill zone. Just leave a unit there. I don't generally advocate for leaving giving up the walls without a fight. This is definitely a wall that you should fight on but then retreat. They're overcommitting units over on that side. Greece, if they watch any replays of Greece elites, they really excel in fighting on this side and breaking through those forces. Now looking at what's left here, Shotel warriors over there, more Shotel down this way, and Kushite slaves on that side. I mean, the Shotel are going to be a pain in the ass to deal with in general for the Macedon player, and Carthage itself might have some problems, but Carthage did bring quite a flexible army, and honestly both sides have a really good army composition because they have a flexibility between heavy infantry, missile infantry, so light infantry as well, and light infantry, medium infantry. They do lack with regards to the defense. They do lack a decent cav force. I mean, these guys are okay. These are medium melee cav, and there's a heavy shock cav, which would do really well. Let's see what the rest of the attackers. Do they have something? They have 2 heavy shock cavs over here, but it seems, apart from the general for Carthage, there is nothing else. And there's not enough cav, honestly. Another shock cavalry unit, maybe a heavy melee cav from Archangel here would have done a lot. Is the risk of losing a unit of archer worth trying to take out wall art if you have guerrilla deployment? Yes and no, because what you need to do is do as they're doing here, placing these siege towers down. Now these siege towers will take out all of these wall art. In fact, look at this. This wall art was removed, and that wall art is placed there, and this wall art is being removed. Now this wall art will be burnt down, and these slingers will lose 20 to 30 men using these siege towers. So again, it could prove really useful. Again, that siege tower should move slightly here, and this one needs to be bent a little bit more because it could do just so much damage to the units present there. And even with regards to this one, this one will take a ridiculous amount of damage in that scenario. So we shall see. I think that the army is pretty much in the right place. There's the ballista for, there's one ballista for the Carthaginians, but I don't see ballistas for any of the other two, and that is all well and good. The ballista would be fantastic to break through the tribal warriors. These guys will be absolutely annihilated by the ballista. So that's what they would need to use it on, because these guys, apart from the 90 armor, they have 70 melee defense, so they're going to be really tough nut to crack. That's something you'd rather have Carthage, maybe Arveni deal with, and maybe go through. No, try to max the volleys. 2 volleys is alright, but again, if there are slingers over here, they'll melt you down in seconds. Now those slingers should be placed here, because then they could cover this entire area. Granted that you can deploy siege towers, exactly, multiplier, sorry. No, I told you multiplier. This one is going to be absolutely fantastic. Definitely, yes. Lots of mind games happening right now. Kush putting some Shotel here, trying to, you know, putting some reserves in the back line, but where's the Kush general, actually? The Kush general is Royal Kushite archers. Now this is why you want Royal Kushite archers. Just look at it. They did not get the best ability. He did get Rise Banner, which is an absolutely fantastic ability. These are all good units. Okay, Marshall with the preemptive ready, and let's get started. This is an absolutely fantastic place to push a fight as the attackers as well. The attackers' ideal locations are capturing this square, capturing this hill, and capturing down here. If you capture those 3, you're forcing the defense to be held here, here, and here. Now, what you need to do is just make sure that you have enough missile superiority, that you get your missiles up here, kill these 2 defenses while you're assaulting them with light forces, and the most of your forces going through there. They'll be forced to pull a fighting retreat. So, first instances of the game. Let's see. This unit over here, oof, the siege towers are moving in forward quite aggressively. There are a few slingers that are dying left, right, and center. How is this artillery doing? This artillery changing direction pretty much instantly, and that is going to save it from dying. That's one of the few ways you could have saved it from dying, if having that unit over there. But it is really out of place, and shooting all that distance is not going to help. It's trying to hit some units, but it's not really doing much. With regards to this one, artillery is shooting, and it's killing a few units every now and again, but nothing special. And unfortunately cannot control where those Scorpion towers fire, because you would be able to do a ridiculous amount of damage on those troops if you manage to hit. That ballista over there is not going to be having a good time. Again, the hitbox is so weird, like this little thing. So if you see over here, yeah, see, it's hitting me there. Theoretically speaking, they should be hitting them, but it is how it is. This ballista is still firing, trying to hit some troops or others. Greece is doing a fantastic job of dodging left, right, and center. And let's see, more troops are moving in. There is definitely a wall of these Desert Legionnaires over here holding the line and doing their little thing, dancing here and there. Shotel Kushite slave infantry going into the wall. I'm not entirely sure why, because at this point all you need to do is get these siege towers, block that arrow tower, and make sure that this ballista does not fire a single shot. Again, that ballista over there needs to start firing into these siege towers, because that's the only way it can get through there. On the back of that, slave infantry is being pushed up on the towers. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna really hurt. They should have learned. Viantic Day has already been in this situation in the past, and he's lost a ridiculous amount of troops. to such a fight. Now that artillery is trying to hit back here. They're trying to slow down those tortoises as much as possible. But now these siege towers are in position, and that ballista has only killed a couple of men. These siege towers have been moved in. This one is stuck, and it's actually pushing its way through the other siege tower. And now some Kushite slaves are being put on top of the wall, but this ballista is going to move, and it's going to get a really good shot into those desert legionnaires over there. That's absolutely brutal. 21 kills. Now it's just shooting, doing a lot of damage. 42 kills on desert legionnaire, and they're going to just getting more. 57 or 670. That's doing an insane amount of damage for very, very cheap over there. 70 kills on Desert Legionnaires. That's half a unit of Desert Legionnaires right off the bat. Madrat doing exactly what Madrat does best, killing a lot of troops. This is why I normally get some light infantry, because light infantry can forward deploy the siege towers and then run into the artillery and neutralize them pretty quickly. Now while all of this is happening, these two tortoises were pushed up pretty close. The Celtic warriors by Killer Rube getting outside actually. There was a cav fight over in here. Whose cavalry was this? It seems okay. It seems like the Ptolemaic cav from Madrat got slightly damaged. These troops are getting out. A nice salient by Killer Roo. Celtic slingers. This is something I actually tried to do today. I was experimenting with today, and it does force people to just freeze. So they're I like that they're copying my. Oh, that's a brutal hit. 48 kills with one Pila throw. That's absolutely gory in those Levy Freemen, and those Levy Freemen are taking a ridiculous volume of damage. There's still missiles over cavalry over there that can be used. Celtic warriors are taking refuge under that tortoise, and that tortoise is ridiculously important. They're playing the time game. They're delaying as much as possible. So excuse me for that. So they're delaying as much as possible and doing whatever they can to slow down the fight. But meanwhile over here, tortoises are coming in. This ballista is doing a lot of damage considering the amount of pressure it's on, and it's shooting. Okay, there is a little bit of lag. It's shooting its projectile. That's actually quite cool. Whoop. Where is that projectile going to land? Oh my god. That, yeah. Oh! That was close. That was close. That's going for the artillery over there. Really good shot considering he cannot see anything. Just general region. These troops losing quite a few men to those siege towers. 15 men down. And this one is also taking a lot of damage from those siege towers. Over here, these light infantry getting slaughtered by the Celtic warriors. Celtic warriors getting 93 kill, but again, the important thing here is it's delayed by 5 minutes, the assault, and it's going to take another while till they get more troops in. And those units are troop units that you would normally sacrifice. In this case, they're getting the slingers in, the archers are in position, they're forced to use ammunition. That's a fantastic play by Madru over there. 2 breach points have been done over here. Second breach point is about to go in, and this is going to be really important because the kill box needs to be expanded quite a bit, and it's going to be quite difficult for them to form. Slave infantry getting slaughtered by the remainder of the ammunition on the ballista, doing a lovely job over there. The arrow tower over here is managing to get a few good shots into those slave infantry. Again, Numidian light infantry could have done a really good job, much quicker, much easier. This ballista got in 21 kills, and there's still a ballista back there. These Celtic warriors are getting cleaned up slowly, but surely they will get cleaned up. Now the problem with the attackers here that they have limited missiles they can use. These Numidian riders are coming in, and there should not be enough Pila left for. Oh, I was gonna say there shouldn't be Pila left, but they still had some Pila, and those riders being forced to be used in such a situation, they're still going to do a lot of damage. They're going to break those Celtic Warriors quite easily, and that's a unit of Celtic Warriors gone. But these guys have taken a ridiculous amount of damage. It doesn't show now, but that hull damage is actually stacking up, and these guys are down to 70 men. They did break that unit, and more missiles is being shot. Now again, tribal Celtic Slingers, they're just absolutely fantastic because they do have 25 ammo, and that 25 ammo does stock up. Now these Cretan archers, they're getting heavily damaged. Those guys are doing an amazing job in just keeping units off the wall. These Levy Freemen trying to get into the fight over there. More Celtic Warriors being brought in. That's an amazing technique to try and slow down the game as long as possible to win. And if they can win it this way, it will be an amazing feat to host the next fight. It's quite an interesting. What do you guys think? What's happening? Anyone? No one. Okay. So while we're doing this, the Numidian Riders actually managed to get another charge into these Celtic Warriors. These Numidian Riders are paying for themselves. They're around 700, 800 gold, I believe. If someone can confirm, please. So they're doing a decent amount of damage to those Celtic Warriors over there. These Libyan hoplites are getting charged by the remainders of those troops. Celtic Warriors from the attackers are being brought in to deal with that situation over there. Over here, Celtic Warriors getting onto the walls. Numidian bowmen getting on the walls. Now again, this is not the smartest of ideas because they can fire down here into this block, but if one of these units just gets onto the wall, it will be disastrous for them. And there is a slave infantry that's already on the wall here, on the siege tower, so they can just get off. Slave infantry will deal with Numidians very easily. Finally, this was cleared and the walls are going to be taken down, and this is going to be really disastrous if these slingers are not taken off the walls. They did get 10 kills over there, and these guys are moving in a situation where they would not be able to get off if that wall breaks. This is going to be disastrous because this is all or nothing for these Celtic slingers. He's going to try and take them off, but the wall might actually break before they do. There's enough time for these tortoises to get on. In theory, that was a good idea, but in practice, it was not the smartest of choices. Okay, the wall is just being beaten back slowly, but surely. The lag is horrendously slow. The walls over here, they're not gonna manage to take down the Celtic Slinger, but that was very close. Killeru noticing last second, and now the walls are being... Again, I wouldn't be doing this. I would actually pull these guys off, because this is going to glitch out. This unit is about to glitch out. No? Okay, did not... Oh, that was really lucky, because yeah, I was saying, this unit glitched out. Usually that's what happens. In this case, it didn't. They managed to keep going on over here, so that's good for them. But having this unit glitch out is terrifying. Now, Greece might have pulled them off before they broke, but it does not seem to be the case. I'm not entirely sure what those troops are doing. Now, the attackers, the defenders are doing a mistake. They're giving up this place without a fight. And that is a terrifyingly bad mistake, especially since there's more troops being brought over on that side. Over here, again, there's not much being done. It's just troops moving towers closer, trying to close off the gaps and seeing. But 10 minutes have passed from the game, and the defense is playing for time. So they're falling in the trap of the defense. These Libyan hoplites are charging in to those Celtic warriors. Maybe they're trying to trigger the oil, but these Celtic warriors are being charged back into the city really easily. Having those guys charge in now, these towers can come and block that arrow tower from the outside, giving them a possible area for fire. This arrow tower over here, if it is captured, and they should charge at those Levitor spears with Libyan hoplites. That's a decent enough target you should be able to win against, because if they capture this arrow tower, this will be amazing. Greece is on it, he notices it, because now this arrow tower will cause there and over here to be a problem, more or less something. So let's see. I'd say more like this, but still, or like this. But still, that is a ridiculously good area of defense. The chosen swords are being moved, so the main assault is coming over here, and I would say that's okay because that's where most of the defense is. But these Levy Freemen fighting against Celtic warriors, again, not the most optimal of situations. Again, these Levy Toro spears coming in and trying to throw their pila into the rear of these troops, into the rear of these Levy Freemen, and Levy Toro spears have very little going for them. Arrow tower has been captured, and that is going to start doing a lot of damage. The moves by these Libyan hoplites getting into the right direction very fast and holding the line, that is very good for them. They've managed to capture these Levitoro spears in the rear. Pilas are being thrown in and some friendly fire. 15 of these Levitoro spears falling to the Libyan hoplites. Tribal warriors against the Libyan hoplites. Tribal warriors will definitely win that fight every day of the week. The slave infantry pushing in the last tortoise on that side, and that's going to be the siege, the walls fight pretty much over when that fights, because once there's a breach just over here or here, that's going to be more than enough to put pressure on both sides in a pincer formation and doing a lot of damage. So that's going to be an interesting scenario on that side. Winston Churchill has joined the server. Welcome, Winston Churchill. Okay. Okay. Seems someone just joined the server and started rolling dice. Okay, the Levitor spears getting onto the walls, trying to fire their pila there in a really exaggerated fashion. So if these guys try to retreat, the Semite warriors and Gallic warriors, they're gonna get really targeted down. Now this arrow tower is just blocking over on that side, but it's gonna be a really tough fight for them. The artillery is being moved in already with 14 kills on the artillery. Levitor spears are about to get slaughtered. Really nice side shots from these Cretan archers getting into the way. The Gallic hunters over here getting in and are shooting in. Cavalry being charged in from that little gap. That's absolutely beautiful, but these Celtic warriors are there to stop it from happening, and they block on the charge. They block off the area. These Gallic hunters getting slightly rear charged. That unit I don't know. Let's see. It's trying to disengage, but it's charging into the rear of this unit. Half of it is stuck there. Yeah, I'd say that unit is stuck there. It's being pulled out, but I don't know. Those Celtic warriors are engaged in with the Celtic warriors of Tilis. The missiles from Cretan archers from Egypt is being used into these forces over here. Now it's kind of good that missiles are being used on Celtic warriors. They do have decent armor, but it's not what usually you'd want to see Celtic warriors being used for, as well as being soaking up missiles. Libyan infantry charging into tribal warriors. These Levitor spears doing damage. Mercenary Gallic warriors being pulled out from there. The gate being blocked entirely. What is happening? What just happened? Oh, the oil doing a lot of friendly damage. That is an amazing move. That is an amazing move by Greece over there, causing the gate to be blocked and not being used as it would normally do. Yes, there is another gap over here, but that does a lot of damage. These tribal warriors, 100 kills, not even a single loss yet. The ballista is being moved in. The defense over here is just being ignored. completely by the attackers, and they're moving their troops slowly in. I would start moving these units closer now at this point, because even if they will charge in, that would be very, very problematic. So we shall see what happens in this scenario. We shall see what happens in this scenario. Iberian swordsman. So, who I think is doing better? Cannot really say, because the defense has been really good and they have delayed by a lot time, which is what the what the defense wants. But the attackers have taken a really good foothold, but I don't know why they're wasting ammunition. They're trying to hit ammunition to those tribal slingers. They are bringing some Cretan archers to try and burn the ballistas over there. Iberian swords are brought in. They can throw pila. The Levitoro spears there are going to do a lot of damage. Iberian swords actually getting pila throws into those Cretan archers. That is absolutely fantastic. That's going to be really good. In fact, they actually got a lot of kills on those archers over there. The Gallic hunter is taking a lot of damage right off the bat, and more troops are being pulled back. The Royal Kushite archers are being pulled back, and reinforcements are being brought. These Kushite troops being pushed forward to try and reinforce the main area of the fighting. I mean, we're going to see an interesting scenario forming today in this case, because a lot of pila is being wasted to try and kill those Levitoro spearmen over there. The artillery is being brought really close by. The Iberian swords are taking lots of hits from those Cretan archers, who of course have more range than the Iberian swords, but the Iberian swords got a really good shot there, getting 40 kills from their pila, and that's going to be fantastic. Why aren't the attackers taking advantage of this hole as well? They definitely could put the pressure back here if they're moving their troops over there. Semite warriors and Cretan archers being moved in. Fire ammunition going into that ballista. It's going to be dangerous for them as it is going along. And that's going to be really, really, really tough to deal with. They need to pull those archers out, that ballista out, because that ballista is going to burn, and they need that ballista to be able to break through what there's happening. Celtic warriors being brought forward as well to throw their pila. The lag is tough on the eyes. So, this artillery is just sitting there taking it. Meanwhile, these guys are being pushed back. The slave infantry is about to charge in. The armored Numidian riders could definitely do a lot of damage. Why are those pilas being wasted from those Semite warriors? That is a heresy happening over there. These armored Numidian riders, they've been picked up by the Egyptian player, noticing what's happening. He's charging in, he's pulling them out. That was a really good feint by the... Oh, that was a really good feint. And he's trying to snipe the Egyptian general, because that is a really good unit. And he's getting really good kills in that cav. Those cav units are going to be invaluable to deal with. Archers firing into these units, trying to kill as much of the ballista, but it's acting as a really good sponge. The general for Kush making a mistake, coming so far forward, trying to, being used to counter those Gallic hunters, but Gallic hunters trading against Royal Kushite archers, and Royal Kushite archers losing over 40 men in that engagement, just to kill 40. That is a really, really good trade These cavalry over here going down significantly in their numbers. That was a really good use of that artillery over there, doing a lot of damage in the space of just a few seconds over there. These Kushite archers, so 2 generals are heavily depleted over there, and the Oathsworn is doing well. Now again, the Desert Legionnaires have been brought forward. Again, these guys were not moved. Like, Deviantidine needs to move his army closer because they're going to need it really soon. And he's just chilling in the back over there with his army and not really doing much. Samite warriors just getting shot at by the Celtic slingers. These tribal warriors just going to get wrecked where they are. Again, the Carthaginian ballista will get a few hundred kills. Not as many as they would if they were danger close against massive clumps. I believe the last time this happened there was a massive clump over here. Is the defenders Honey Badgers? No, Ian. Honey Badgers lost yesterday. The defenders are the Morituri. They actually won against the Honey Badgers yesterday. They're fighting against the Greece elites. That was a okay. It seems today Greece is not on point with his artillery, and it's because just over there. That's where you need to shoot right now. You need to hit that blob, and that's 100 men dead. That's just 100 men dead over there. Okay, he's trying to snipe these guys. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. Just so many of these guys would die. And there you go. They're done. That general unit is getting really hard hit. And the Torque swordsmen are going to get hits if they move forward. They need to just give up this location at this point. The gate has been lost. He does not seem to be in the groove, but he's still got 200 kills against really good units over there. He did almost kill the Ptolemaic Cav entirely, and the general for the Kush, wherever the hell he went, has been heavily damaged. These siege towers are catching fire. I'm not entirely sure what these... it seems the slave infantry unit got caught in one of them, so that's not going to be easy to pull out. Mercenary Cretan archers getting really heavily shot. These Gallic hunters trading very badly with them, but again they're killing that Royal Kushite unit, and the artillery over here somehow taking so much missile damage and not breaking. That was very danger close. I would actually stop firing at this point and wait for better times, because he's just waiting most of his ammunition there, and there's so much army left back here that they need to fight. So he should really wait on. Okay, the archers won't shoot. Quite so. Seems the archers will not shoot from back here, and they're getting slaughtered because of that. It's extremely laggy, and I'm not sure why, because I've played with all of these people before. I have viewed their games, all of them, and it's been really relatively easy to do so. So I'm not sure what exactly is happening. The slave infantry is being pulled back. The arrow tower is managing to get a lot of decent shots into the Scutarii. The exchange is better. I agree, but there is no space. That's the main issue. There is literally no space for them to do the trading. So Kush slave infantry tribal warriors are being brought in to get onto the walls. Mercenary Gallic warriors are what's really holding the line over there, and the artillery. Again, these tribal warriors losing quite a number of men right off the bat. It's not ideal. He's just trimming down any units that come in front of him. He's actually not being able to shoot his archers. Does make it really difficult to be able to deal with them. Almost half of the game time is over, and they are... 23 minutes have passed and they still haven't managed to make headway. It seems Greece is the only one that's actually fighting from his team, which is unfortunate if that is the case. These Desert Legionnaires are fighting... they've got 100 kills, but they're fighting a losing battle over there. They've been broken. Oh, hello. I imagine this is Essence.
Why would it be Essence?
I don't know, man. That man just comes in my dreams and tells me things. How are you doing, mate?
How's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Marshall's team is proving impossible to break on the defense for the Greece elites.
Let's see. How much is there left on the timer?
So around 35 minutes, 36 minutes left on the timer, and they have made no headway whatsoever. The Morituri actually sallied out with some Celtic warriors, and they slowed down the assault on the walls by around 15 minutes just by doing that. The only person who's fighting now is Greece, but he's very frustrated because it seems his archers are not firing, and so it's not going that well for the Greece elites right now. The Norwegian, and it seems that the defense is playing for a time victory as well, because they're just
It certainly seems like it. If they send out Celtics to buy time.
yeah. So Scutarias are coming in. The artillery is 300 kills in, but a lot of the ammunition has been wasted because he was doing long distance shots, and that's not going to work very well for them. The slave infantry.
Now, how is the breakdown of Tylus in terms of infantry? Does Tylus have a lot left?
Yeah, he has his Thracians. He has a lot of tribals left. So he lost maybe 2 tribals, and he had 6 to begin with. So that's a lot left to fight. So there's a tribal over there which is at 90. Celtic warriors at very low health over there. 2 of them. Then there's a tribal at 124. Tribal warriors at 160. Thracian warriors 160. Oathsworn and more tribal warriors. Now what is confusing me is that Massaisli is not charging into here, because Massaisli has the ability to chew through all of these units quite easily with the support maybe a little bit of Arveni. Arveni is just keeping his army there. He's waiting for this to break, but this of course is the only way that the defense needs to micro is on this side, and they're not they're doing it really well because they're managing to micro very well with that with respect to that. So I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to do. Also, the Carthaginian ballista just lost half of its units to missile fire. A cheeky.
And is Greece the only one that has an artillery?
Yep. So it's going to be quite difficult. I'm going to say that at the moment the Greece elites are losing significantly bad. Unless they do an all-out assault in the next 5 minutes, I don't think they're going to win. Greece again is the only one who's doing anything, which is quite strange. Exactly multiplayer. They usually are the guys that are charging in. They're usually the guys who are doing the damage, who are hitting hard, and today they're really on the defensive. I am not entirely sure why. And there's also the odd lad spike. As you can see, Greece is not happy right now. He's really angry with his archers because he had them over here and they were not firing over the wall for some reason, which would drive anyone mad.
I mean, when you have Cretan archers, which are some of the best in the game, and you can't use them because, well, there isn't really any good reason. They just refuse to fire because of the angle. But even the angle should be okay. I think it frustrates just about anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Arveni needs to start committing over there, pushing in.
It seems like the problem is that currently Greece is facing elements from Kush, Tylus, and is that Egypt. The third player at Egypt?
Yeah.
Whereas Averni isn't attacking, and neither is Massaisli, so it just seems like it's Greece doing all the work against kind of free factions.
Absolutely, and the lag is not helping at all as well. I don't know what happened, but today it seems to be really choppy. Very choppy. It feels as if someone's about to drop.
That's unfortunate.
Well, if Marshall drops and his AI comes in, Greece really has no choice but to surrender. Killer Roo dropped from the game.
No.
So Killer Roo is the tribal warriors. So that's. Oh boy, and it's.
I mean, I'd like to say that really decides it, but we have seen incredible AI comebacks.
Yeah, so we're gonna see that. My rat, for fuck's sake, I can't with this game. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, if the AI decides to stay where it is, he placed his units in a relatively good position. It seems his AI is just deciding to charge forward, and that's going to be really tough to hold, honestly, because these are really strong units.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
It seems that even these Desert Legionnaires, look how much damage they've taken and how little damage they've dished out. This artillery over here getting over 80 kills with just Desert Legionnaires.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No,
that's painful.
Yeah. Now these Celtic warriors charging out, fighting against the Desert Legionnaires over here. So this is going to be painful. Streaming doesn't work for us, it seems. I don't think the problem is streaming, but the internet is okay, but the computer lag is the issue. Because the internet, the message wouldn't even go. Because that's something I actually discovered recently, which I didn't realize before. If your message goes through but there's still lag, it's someone's computer which is lagging the entire system.
Oh.
But I have streamed games with Marshall, with all of these players before, and I never had problems with lag. So I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Yeah, those Teleslingers, unfortunately, are about to face the wrath of the very angry Celtic warriors. But again, these archers are coming in from the sides, are firing in. It seems Kush is completely abandoning this area for reasons, of course, or obvious reasons. He's leaving some troops here to try and hold, but he's pretty much abandoned the square. But again, now, I mean, any hope for the attackers to win, they need to start charging in. Those Celtic slingers, which are a pain in the ass. It's funny because the style of the way they sallied out for the Morituri was something that I did earlier on today on my stream, where I sallied out with Numidian light infantry and then kept slingers on the wall, and I managed to hold off an entire army at bay while the other two got decimated. Which is quite interesting that strategy as that works at this level rather than with randoms. Finally, the slingers are shooting into those Numidian bowmen and getting really good shots over there. Also, something I've never seen before, since I'm not sure if you knew about this. Probably you did. Did you know that if you leave a siege tower here, the gate non-stop starts triggering?
Yeah, I did.
I had no idea about that. That was such an interesting thing to see.
There's also like I don't know, I've not done it for a while, but there's also a method where if you put up 2 siege towers or 3 siege towers right in front, like you literally have to get the placement down to like the meter, but you can completely prevent units coming out off the gate.
Yeah.
Like they won't even be able to slip around the side, which is such a cheeky tactic.
You're basically locking them in. So,
yeah,
Gallic warriors and Celtic warriors trying to fight these Taurus swordsmen. Missiles are being used to try and push back the assault over there. Slave infantry coming in and fighting as Shotel warriors, which is, to be honest, a very good combination of units to be fighting. Not that they will do a lot of damage, but they'll do just enough. Those Numidian riders, hardly 32 kills, could have definitely done better. I'm not sure why these Desert Legionnaires are fighting against pikemen from Madrat. Deviantic D is not really at his best today. The Greece elites are not playing at their best from what we're seeing right now. The armored Numidian riders slipping around. This is an absolute waste. This unit is getting decimated. 40 on those Shoto, that should not have happened. The missiles on the walls over here is something that perhaps they should have taken care of by putting a unit on the walls and then killing them off. Because at this point they just wasted their initial assault and they're gonna get hammed back in. Arveni again is not doing much. It's unfortunate that these Celtic Slingers are actually just charging into the fight and getting decimated. Absolutely decimated. At least the lag seems to have pretty much stopped at this point. Shoto Warrior is getting charged. That is a brutal charge by the Armored Norwegian Riders over there into those Shoto. And now the problem is that is a general. I'm not sure why he sent his general in pretty much unaided. And of course now he's going to get stuck on the very glitchy area. All his troops are very far away and they're nowhere near to be able to provide support to that general. It's pulling out, but he lost 12 men there, which he could have not lost. Cav charge by these desert cavalry coming out, and yeah, these archers having a really good time there. Pikemen from Madrat coming in to block in this charge, so that's going very well for the defenders. The attackers over here are trying to break through. They've killed a few units, but it seems that this tribal warrior rush by the Tillis AI, it seems the AI is really on the side of the Morituri in these games. Every game they're playing, it seems it's doing ridiculous amounts of damage. I would perhaps have put those archers on killing these guys on the wall, because those Pila are definitely very painful and not something you'd want to be attacking. It's probably not as good as marshals, no. No AI is as good as marshals. Screw the AI. Hey Andrew, what's up? Missiles going in. Those tribal warriors getting decimated by these Gallic hunters. Again, these Gallic hunters are really heavily damaged. I don't know. 28 minutes on the clock. I think the defense still has it. Especially the way the units are being slowly trickled in. And the general for Killer Rouge staying at the capture point. It might... the same thing that happened last time. African pikemen being brought in. Again, this could clear all of these Thracian warriors and tribal warriors over in that side, which could perhaps be the solution to pushing over in the center. But again, Greece is the only one engaging, and Greece's army is running down its dregs. Once he's dead, I'm not sure what the others are planning to do in terms of damage. The lag is back. I think I'm going to just be costing this one game today, guys, and just so that in the second game and the third game, if there is to happen, as it might happen in this case, they cannot blame me for the problems that are caused. Also, it is getting quite late, and I have to have a very early start tomorrow, so there is that as well. Thracian warriors being used very effectively by the AI, cycle charging in, even though they're being cycle charging into African pikemen, but that's really good to see. The game is quite anticlimactic compared to yesterday, which was such a close game, and in this case the balance of power is shifting heavily in favor of the defense, as the attackers are losing unit after unit. They're sending a trickle in over here, which is not ideal whatsoever at all. These archers are going to get a lot of kills in that giant hodgepodge of units. These are Celtic warriors still that they're fighting. Again, it's a testament of how little aggressiveness the Arveni player has used. None of his infantry, and still has a lot of infantry left. Finally, chosen swordsmen are joining in the party. But look at how much left is back here. There's lots of carrion axemen it's being used right now. There are lots of shotel which can be pulled back and just holding the ground for the defense, which is absolutely Understandable in this case. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with these Numidian riders, trying to cycle charge in. He just needs to break in somehow. I think Arveni and Masasli should have switched out, because Masasli would have been a really good way. Yep, pretty much. Multiplayer. Pretty much. The missiles coming in from over here will do a lot of damage. These Numidian bowmen still have pretty much full ammo, so they're going to do really well. The attackers gave up this location, which they, again, should have broken through to finish the pincer movement, but I'm not seeing how this is going to be able to move forward in any safe way for them at all. Cretan archers shooting in again into the sides of these mercenary Cretan archers, doing a lot of damage, and that's going to be a lot done there. Seems Essence has gone absolutely silent.
Been watching and enjoying what's happening.
Oh, okay. He's just like chilling. He's probably looking for. Wait, let's find Essence. No, not here. Not here. Not here either. I'm being such a dick right now. Again, it's amusing to me, probably not to no one else. Okay, so the tribal warrior is finally being broken. Maybe the defense should have really capitalized on the AI moving forward and supported the AI with everything they had, because if they keep putting pressure on both sides, they will win this side back, and there isn't much that the attackers seem to be willing to commit to take it. Deviantic D is, again, it's almost like a deja vu right now with Deviantic D not engaging whatsoever when he was playing against the Seleucids, and now he is doing the same thing, and in this game doing. The African pikemen were broken with only 49 kills because of the missile focus and the Celtic slingers over there. That's going to be a big problem, because these tribal warriors now will stay there for a long time. The artillery is too far forward, and that's not something that you can recapture very easily unless these missiles try to take care of these Levitor spears. But these guys have 62 kills, and I mean, these tribal warriors will break, these Levitor spears will break, damage will be done, but there's only so much they can do. Armored Desert Cavalry is 15 left over there. More chosen swordsmen are being brought in. Troops are just charged in to block that gap. Honestly, the attackers lost. I think, because they're not really trying to fight. Levitors, with the exception of Greece, who's putting a lot of effort into it, the Misasli player just sacrificed half his army for free. The lag is definitely not making it any easier for both sides. Chosen swordsmen pulling back so the Pila can be thrown into the flanks of those units. I don't know, doesn't look good. These Levitor spears will get ripped to shreds by Semites, but these Semites are also getting shot at from every possible angle by hundreds of Pilas and missiles and whatever can come what may. They did really well in using that little advantage over there, but again, just the game being stupid. Their charge was stopped by one unit over there, literally one individual troop. And these guys are charging in. Now what's really interesting is that most of the infantry is either that or that. So these guys will be able to charge in. These Levitor spears are charging into the rear of these Semites, and those guys are not going to be having a good time. The troops over here are breaking through and charging in, so this unit of Levitor spears is going to get destroyed. The other troops are coming in, so the attackers are actually getting second wind at this point. Tribal warriors over here finally starting to fall. Units completely abandoned this section of the wall, and they're just pulling in what they should have done 20 minutes ago and starting to assault over here. These tribal warriors are starting to fall slowly but surely. And again, this is admirable what the Morituri are doing, holding in their army as it is. This very much feels as if I've already covered this game. I'm not sure if they already fought against each other on this map. Essence, I'm not sure you can remind me.
If they fought against each other on this map previously?
Yeah, and
yeah, I think they have.
And I think it was very similar army compositions.
It was very similar, yeah. And I think what you were saying, I think Deviantic or Archangel, one of the players was playing as Seleucid. Yeah, it was on this map, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's literally the same stuff happening, with the exception that the artillery is not being as effective. Yeah, because I remember then there was the massive charge over here, the cavalry charging through from Greece, and he kept rear charging and finally breaking everything.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, those pikes from... Are they broken?
The pikes are gone.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
They killed 49, they're gone.
That's really not a good trade.
Honestly, it seems as if the Morituri have learned from the mistakes, but unfortunately the Greece elites have really not shown any expertise in the attack over here. These slave infantry are getting slaughtered, yes, the troops are being picked off one by one, but it seems the micromanagement...
It's slave infantry at the end of the day.
No, this is armored desert cav.
Oh wait, no, I'm talking. You were talking about. I thought you were
mentioning
the slave infantry on the wall.
Exactly, just slave infantry, yeah. And these tribal slingers firing at them. So it's interesting that they could get that angle. Usually, it never happens. So those units are breaking. Semite warriors again being left alone. Why aren't these guys moving forward, trying to capture that ballista? There's Semite warriors killing 150 men just there and just being left on their own. Yo, who's winning? Panda. This moment the attackers should throw every possible breach with number of units left and time left. All the players are more experienced, better than me, just sharing my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you. They should be just throwing it everything they have. 20 minutes is not a long time. Panda, well, the situation is that the Morituri have held the Greece elites at the wall, but one of their team members has dropped. So it's anyone's game, really and truly. And 20 minutes left on the timer. They just need to hold at this point. And there is an entire army of Kush left standing, which is tough to break. Tribal warriors for the AI just doing a fantastic job of buying another 10 minutes for the defense. These Carian X-Men are facing the wrong way, and they suffered dearly for that. Those Balearic Slingers really enjoying that nice snack over there.
Oh, that's a decent volley. Those Nubian bowmen, they're like a really good missile target. I'm wondering why the attackers aren't like, more set on trying to take them out as a priority.
Yeah. I mean, all of these units have... I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, these guys are still pretty much full ammo. These guys are almost out, if not out. No, they're just not. And... there was a really good trade at the beginning where Marshall lost half of his general unit, but apart from that, they've been losing the missile trade. Daniel, I might get a new PC on Monday. Oh wow, nice. Didn't you just buy a PC? Damn. Some people. Alright, these Celtic warriors. So interestingly, the AI was using the Thracians, like cycle charging with them. This ballista catching fire! Oh, this is not good. This is really not good. They need that to be able to break through what's coming. These Cretan archers killed, and they're down to 40 men. Yeah, it's not fun. Okay, Deviantic finally charging in. And making an assault. Desert Legionnaires, and Desert Cohort, they should win against these depleted units. He's getting actually into the rear of these units, so that will do a lot of damage. So finally charging in, doing the damage. Who dropped? Killer Roo dropped, I believe. Wait. Yeah, Killer Roo. Yeah, the disconnection, yeah. This one for almost 1 to 2 years now. Not gonna lie, it's a bit shit. So I'm getting a Horizon. Jesus Christ, that's some crazy stats. Yeah, yesterday, what's his name dropped? Marshall dropped. So yeah, it could be just bad luck. So Egypt. See, this is what we were talking about. This assault, having happened earlier, would have given the time for Greece to actually break through this side. Now, if this artillery actually comes too, they can get a decent number of kills there. But it seems the artillery is in melee combat, so that's not going well for them. Finally, the Celtic Warrior is being routed. Carrion X-Men holding the breach over there. So yeah, Desert Cohort finally doing something. They just might have enough time to break all of this, as the Shotel moved all on this side and are engaged on this side. This is very far away from the capture point, so if they manage to keep this in their hands, they're going to win this fight. Desert Cohort surrounding this Thorax Swordsman, the Numidian Rider General coming in and is just charging into these units. If it breaks through the first line, yep, that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. That's going to be a lot of kills there, stacking up. Had 30 kills, 40 kills. It's doubling that already. Units being pulled at the Carrion X-Men. Trouble Warriors coming back from routing. Carrion X-Men over here are dying really fast. The artillery are down to 17 men. Pilas being fired from every which way into these Celtic Warriors. And honestly, the Oathsworn need to be engaged. There are 2 units of Oathsworn, more Chosen. The Chosen need to charge in there, and the Oathsworn need to be ready to charge over here. So it's not going well whatsoever. Over here, these last remaining cavalry unit for the defense is being killed between the armored Numidian Rider General, which is not doing well, but the support from the Desert Cohort, yeah, the general is about to die at the cost of, yeah, that was not a worthwhile trade. The general died, and these guys are they broke in, but this cohort needs to charge in quickly into this and come put pressure on the rear. Carrion X-Men being pulled back to the defense, but again, this Oathsworn unit will be a problematic thing to hold off if they go try to capture point. 15 minutes is not long enough to break through here. PLs are being thrown in, kill boxes being set. These Kushite slaves are getting slaughtered by the second. Again, these archers, honestly, just give up this position, pull back, and win. The artillery, oh boy. Yeah, that artillery has killed the last man. If it turns around, it gets 1 or 2 shots into this. That's good, but I'm not sure. That was a really good shot by those archers. Carthaginian ballista shooting into this, especially if the okay, what are these guys doing? These guys are getting onto the wall. Artillery, shoot. Is he trying to make it shoot, but it's not shooting. And the line is breaking. The artillery is not shooting. And this Libyan infantry are about to break. These, I believe this is out of ammunition now. The charge in the center is working. These chosen swords are making really good headway. Just charge in everything you have and hold the entire defensive army just there. Yeah, they're pulling mass retreat, mass panic retreat. The Carrion X-Men coming in. For some reason, these chosen, these Desert Cohort decided to come and fight against these Shotel when they should have just focused on that side. These Shotel coming in, blocking in any charge, any exit. This is not looking good. This artillery is not going to fire another shot. 300 kills is what it's got, and that's it. Just being left there to die. The the last remaining unit of Desert Cohort, which is very weak. And these slingers need to come in and do their damage. These Kushite slaves and Shotel warriors are doing really well against Desert Cohort. But the Desert Cohort getting a really good charge on this Carrion X-Men should melt it in seconds. These guys are very tired. Their general has routed, not died, so that's good for them. Those Carrion X-Men are down by 20 men, and these guys should be able to melt them down in a few minutes. But again, time is of the essence. There is no time left for this. That Pila throw into the flank by those Carrion X-Men is going to be really painful. These guys are dying, but not dying fast enough. Tribal Slingers being pulled in. But again, the Oathsworn are not engaged. They need to fight. They need to go in and they need to do the damage now before it's too late. These Balearic Slingers are shooting in. They're doing some damage to whatever they can hit. The Libyan infantry are surrounded. Pikemen are in the mix. They're being stacked on by Thorax swords over there. Troops moving in over here. And there is nothing left that the attackers can do. They had a split second where they could break through this side, but seems that split second has long since gone. That unit of Carrion X-Men shattered at 111. Again, they don't have the momentum. They're not keeping up the momentum. They're not charging in enough. The Ptolemaic Cav charging into those tribal slingers, just getting ridiculous amount of damage, breaking 3 of them on a single charge. And these guys broken at a really large amount of unit. Madrat holding the line really well over there. And Seamus is not part to feast on them. Pretty much, yeah, my man. These pikemen coming in. These pikemen are not doing well because they're not engaged in the most optimal of conditions. But they definitely are getting the kills and they're doing the damage necessary. Oathsworn mistake being engaged over there. He's pulling his Oathsworn back. He's pulling his general back. There's no time left. You need to break them down. This assault, which was being won, has been lost. Mesaisley has been killed. The Oathsworn over here is charging in, but again, Shotel warriors will win that fight. Cretan archers over here still have some ammunition, but they're not firing. They're not in a position to fire, and I want to say this is GG. There's not much else that can be done. Good old Desert.
I'd say it's no coming back.
Yeah. It's quite a shameful display from the Greece Elites, expecting so much better from them. Because they've given us such a good few fights in the first bracket. So I'm not entirely sure what happened.
Are those 4 units that are chosen?
There is chosen. These are all chosen. Yep. I don't know why he had this.
He
was
might
open.
pull this off if he like pushes for the opening, goes for the carrions.
Yeah. He's going for the carrions, but I don't understand. Right? They had a full opening here. They could have just charged in, but they just engaged on the flanks. And gave the defense time to just close in their mistake, because they had just pulled all their units to try and stop Deviantic, who was doing an insane amount of damage on there. He was actually winning, but Archangel literally gave them time to kill Deviantic and come back before he did anything. Greece is doing a lot of damage over here, but again, the Oathsworn being engaged on this side, it's going to get kills, but kills at this point is not going to win you the game. There's just too much to break in 10 minutes with what you have. Especially these pikemen. These pikemen being such a pain in the ass. Again, there might be a break, but the balance of power is way too in favor of the... Why aren't these guys in there firing? Like, these Norwegian bowmen are getting free shots. There's also a gap here which could be abused. At least getting into the side of those Shotel, forcing them to break faster. The Chosen Swordsman pulling back because there's the pikemen. Egypt can get out and kill all of those archers. Agreed. Egypt has engaged with the general from Greece, bodyguard. It's going to win. Why did Greece actually go off his horses? Why did Greece get off his horse? I don't understand.
Maybe he misclicked.
Possibly, but it seems that there is a bonus to your weapon damage and melee attack. Okay, no.
He's got Battle Rhythm. That's why.
Ah, so yeah, he's dead. Yeah, this is done. Well, again, this general just charge in, man. If this breaks, they win. If maybe, because then they have to kill this O2 general as well. So it's a big maybe. It's a very big maybe. They need their archers in. They need to be shooting and killing whatever they can. Definitely coming down to the wire, but I'm not entirely sure why. It's a very strange battle, exactly, Panda. Raise banner. The morale boosts are actually coming in very useful. Finally realizing that he can charge into those archers, into that general. Possibly even have Pila left. No? Okay, he doesn't have Pila left. Again, these Norwegian bowmen, even though they're gonna die, they got 184 kills. That's a unit and a half, if not 2 units. Cretan archers, 218 kills. All the archers of the defense have done so much. Where is his general? He charged his general in there. He should have charged in with him. He has a gap. He needs to surround. Sorry, I'm putting so many arrows in. Okay. The Kush is breaking. Balearic Slinger is getting a few good shots. No, the Cretan Archer is coming in and getting a few good shots, but this general. Okay, Kush is broken in the center. Will they actually manage to do it? Will they actually manage?
It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Kush, if they need to surround. I mean, again, they're doing the same mistake. They're not surrounding. They have the gap. Clean up this. Come around. Empty that. And just charge into the center. You have 3 minutes. You literally have 3 minutes. And those Thorax swordsmen breaking. Oh my god. Oathsworn coming in to stop that. They are more focused on those Thorax swordsmen.
I think the defenders are just going to keep a unit of Oathsworn.
That is the AI.
Point.
That is the AI.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, in that case.
We know who is going to win.
Yeah.
And they're still showed. Again, they're not abusing the fact that there are gaps. They're not moving their units around. Which is so strange. I mean, they're winning. Yes, they're killing the troops slowly. But they've allowed these guys come back. They were routing them. Archers charging in over there, fighting against those spears. There are still Celtic warriors on top of the wall over there in the gates. Archangel seems to be not at his best today. And it seems Marshall realizes that he just needs to play for time, so he's pulling back. It felt as if Greece was pulling all the weight in the... Why is he... No, just ignore and charge there. Just ignore it. You don't need to kill those units. Because if you kill those 2 generals, you win. At this point. Defense, rightly so, is trying to stay alive. You don't have time to stop and reform lines. Keep charging. Oh my god. Such an incredibly strange fight. There's still the artillery over here which hasn't been even fired. What is he doing? He's not sending... Oh my god. These guys are charging in. Battle Rhythm and second wind is being given. These guys should get damaged quite easily, but I'm not sure this unit is going to hold for a while. Unless another unit is just moved through that gap. Which I would say 3 units, 4 units. So that's quite difficult to say, to justify. I have no idea. The Arveni just stood out here for most of the game, did nothing. Get the Red Bull and attack faster, pretty much. Oh, Greece actually pressed dismount.
Yeah, so that was the case.
Because again, that general right now could have done miracles in this rear. The artillery being fired just point randomly.
He just needs to bait Tylus AI away from the victory point, and it's over.
I wouldn't say they don't have enough time to capture it and win.
You think so?
No.
Look at the timer.
They need 30 seconds to capture it. To neutralize and capture it takes 30 seconds, and that's 30-second timer's out.
Oh. 3 minutes.
Yeah, you need 3 minutes to win. It's not 2 minutes 50. Oh, 2 minutes 30 over there. And honestly, if these 2 units break, then that will die. That will break really easily. But, like army losses, if this general dies... But it seems that the... Oh, no, there's so many troops left. He's just hiding them. Marshall is just playing for time, which is exactly what anyone would do in this scenario. Maybe killing that Oathsworn will swing the balance of, power back in their favor, but even then, it's quite stretched. These guys don't have ammunition anymore, and these are all so tired. They need to kill this unit. He's still not committing. He's still not charging in his general. He doesn't have time to capture it. He needs to charge in and you just ignore anything else but this. Oh. And so that needed to be triggered much earlier. 2 Oathsworn units flanking, rear charging this.
He might.
The shield.
He might yet pull it off.
I don't know. I'm just so confused. I'm just so confused.
No, they just popped headhunt.
Yeah. Again, the headhunt will. I think it's 30 seconds long. So there's 2 headhunts going versus 1. Exactly, it's already over. It's already over, and these units need to be cycle charging in and out, and battle rhythm is being popped. Are they going to win again by timer victory? The general going into... Yeah, Greece has the right idea with the cycle charging. What? Oh, he's firing in Whistling Arrow, Fire Arrow to try and break the morale, but it's not gonna work. These guys need to be cycle charging. Oh, it's breaking. Will it break in time? Will it break in time? No, 10 seconds left. It actually came back in the morale. And these guys are not going to break anytime soon. Oh boy. That was very close. Nice GG by the defenders, considering that they had 1 player last for 30 minutes of the game.
I would definitely say so.
So guys, I'm going to stop the stream here because Marshall's comment means that he's perhaps not comfortable with me streaming anymore. considering someone disconnected and the amount of lag, as well as the fact that it's 12:30 a.m. and this started 2 hours ago, and it's only still game 1. I have to wake up early tomorrow as well. Yeah, I mean, Archangel at the end got a lot of kills, but Grease did most of the work, as we can see from here, from the stats. Archer is doing really well. Gallic Hunter is doing really well. Really bad for Archangel. Tribal is just doing nothing. Whereas Marshall, his Cav did nothing, but his Archers did incredibly well, and his Shotel as well. Killer Roo, considering most of the game he was in AI, holding on for so long, and Madrat, just fantastically, his Archers just killing so much. Guys, thanks for watching.
Right back.
Yeah, see you, Essence. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's the finals tomorrow. Panda's playing Ghost Legion, so be there, and hopefully we'll have a much faster game than this one. Okay, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.